One of the reasons so many students fail the TOEFL is that they know very little about what to expect on test day. As part of the TOEFL course we created, I give consultations to students where I evaluate their speaking and writing. And during these consultations, I'm usually bombarded with questions like, how can I manage my anxiety during the test? Do I have a pen or pencil to take notes during the listening section? Can I take notes on paper if I decide to take the TOEFL at home? Which is better, to take the test at home or at the test center? What should I focus on the day before the test? Will I hear other test takers speak during the speaking section? And many more. The thing is, if your test is tomorrow and you have no idea how to answer these questions, you'll probably end up scoring much lower than you would have simply because you don't know the rules of the game. You need to know what to expect and how to make the most of your test day. For example, many people rush to be the first to get into the test room. Then, when they start the reading section, they get distracted by other test takers coming in, taking their seats or asking questions. One of my students was so stressed out by this that she could not concentrate for the first 15 minutes of her reading section, which robbed her of the time she could have spent working on the questions instead, and forced her to rush at the end. Another student thought that his home TOEFL test started when he got connected to the proctor. This is not true. The check-in process takes about 20 minutes, so you should be connected at least 20 to 30 minutes before the test time. As you can see, there are a lot of pitfalls to keep in mind. So without further ado, here are the 2 things you must do before the test. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to be notified when the next video comes out. The first thing is to avoid anxiety and panic at all costs. Anxiety goes hand in hand with distraction and takes away your focus and concentration. So, if you don't want to get the worst TOEFL score you've ever had, you should stay as calm and relaxed as possible. Just a few days ago, I had a one-on-one session with a student from Japan who wasn't getting the score he needed on the reading section. We did a few practice passages together, and I saw that his vocabulary and reading skills were great. He could understand almost everything in the passage and answered all the questions correctly. However, it turned out that he usually gets really anxious at the beginning of the test, which is the reading section, and needs to read each line of the text a few times to understand it. There are a few things you can do to eliminate anxiety and reduce stress. First, try to understand why you're so anxious. One reason is that you're not used to working under pressure. At home, you take practice tests in a familiar atmosphere, with no one to interrupt you. So, when you get to the test center, you may be overwhelmed by the number of other test takers and simply get lost. To avoid this, you should simulate the test conditions as much as possible and even prepare for the worst-case scenario. What can you do? First, start taking full-length practice tests that simulate your test day a week before the test. Second, practice under tougher conditions than you'll have on the test. Turn on the radio or podcast in the background when you take practice tests, or simply study in a room full of your family or friends. This will help you learn to ignore distractions and focus on your task. One of my students had a habit of practicing his speaking section in the most crowded and noisy cafes he could find. He would sit there surrounded by all these people and try to answer questions in 45 seconds until he was no longer affected by the noise around him. On test day, no other students talking could bother him because the noise they made was much quieter than what he was used to. Another way to eliminate stress is to tell yourself that this is not your last try. You can retake the test as many times as you want. Imagine it's just one of the practice tests you've been doing at home. You certainly want to try to do your best on this test, but just try. In my experience, all students who think it's their last attempt score lower than expected. Instead, those who just want to test themselves and are willing to take the test a few more times end up passing with flying colors. Also, practice breathing techniques. There are many breathing techniques that can help you calm your mind and reduce stress. One is called box breathing. You inhale through your nose for 4 counts, then hold your breath for 4 counts, exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, and then hold your breath again for 4 more counts. Repeat the circle over and over until you feel calmer. My suggestion is to do everything for 5 counts instead of 4, because it's a little more effective. You can also do an eye exercise that usually helps to stop panic attacks. It's a great distraction from your worries and may even make you laugh at how silly you look. First, move your eyes up and down at least 15 times. Count carefully, this will distract you even more. Then, move your eyes from side to side another 15 times. Side to side, side to side. See how funny I already look? Then move your eyes diagonally, like this. And then, like this. Again, 15 times each. By the time you're done, you'll be so absorbed in the process that you'll forget why you were anxious in the first place. If you want to learn more strategies and techniques to help you ace the TOEFL, check out our TOEFL book. There is a whole chapter dedicated to test day tips and strategies, with checklists, detailed explanations, and advice on what to do on test day. We've also included a chapter where you can review the vocabulary and grammar that every student must know in order to score 30 out of 30 on the TOEFL writing and speaking sections. After reviewing hundreds of essays and listening to thousands of speaking responses, I can assure you that every single student makes pretty much the same mistakes. And these mistakes don't allow them to score higher. So, I've included all the necessary information in the grammar and vocabulary section. A common misconception is that you need to know all the grammar rules to get a high score on the TOEFL. This isn't true. In fact, brushing up on just a few topics will help you increase your score from about 23 to 27. I'll leave the link to the book in the description below. Another reason for anxiety is the fact that you don't know what to expect. And that brings us to the second important tip. Study carefully what to expect on test day. You don't want to worry about getting to the test center on time or connecting with the proctor before the test starts, if you choose to take the test at home. So let's take the guesswork out of it and walk you through the process of taking the test both at home and at the test center. In both cases, log into your ETS account the day before your appointment to make sure the date and time of the test have not been changed. If you're taking the test at the test center, make sure you arrive at least 30 minutes before your test to allow time for check-in. When you arrive, present your ID at the reception desk. Remember that the name on your ID should match the name on your account. If it doesn't, you won't be able to take the test and you won't get your money back. You'll then be asked to store all of your belongings, except your ID, so that you don't bring them into the testing room. This includes all your personal items, such as your phone, bag, and so on. Then, it's time to check in. At this stage, the test center administrator will check your ID and take your photo. This photo will appear on your certificate, so be sure to dress nicely. They'll give you scratch paper and pencils to take notes and show you to your test station. As you sit at your desk, you'll see your personal information and photo. Before the test begins, you'll need to do a microphone check. This is an important step. You should speak into the microphone to make sure you hear yourself clearly. This is the time when I'd recommend saying a tongue twister or two, or trying to answer any random question type 1 you remember from practice, just to warm up. As you go through the test, you'll see a clock at the top of the screen that shows how much time you have left for each section. Look at the clock from time to time. But if you're worried about it in the beginning, you can turn it off. First, you'll have the reading and listening sections. Both sections are multiple choice, so all you have to do is select the correct answers on the screen. As you go through the speaking section, keep the microphone positioned as it was during the microphone check, so that your voice is audible. Also, speak loudly. I don't mean shout, but remember that other test takers will be answering questions at the same time. So the room will be quite noisy. If you speak quietly and the examiner can hear some of your words, he or she won't know if you made mistakes or not. So your score will be lower. I actually had a student who took about 4 TOEFL tests trying to get 25 plus on the speaking section. And it turned out that the biggest problem he had was that he was speaking softly. After we figured this out, he took the test again, spoke louder, and scored 27, even though his speaking skills did not change. For the writing section, you should type your answers on the computer. Make sure you practice typing beforehand so that you can type quickly and without typos. This will help you a lot, reduce your anxiety, and give you more time to plan your essays. At the end of the test, you'll see your reading and listening scores. You'll also see a date when you can expect to receive your official scores. You should then choose whether to report or cancel your scores. If you choose to cancel your scores, your test will not be graded, but you'll never know your results. Also, you won't get your money back. So, I recommend that you don't select the universities you want to have your scores sent to before the test. Wait until you get your score, and then send your results to colleges for an additional fee. This way, you won't have to cancel your scores, even if your performance was not up to par. Once you know all this, taking the test will be a much less stressful experience. If you decide to take the TOEFL test at home, things are even easier. You'll need a desktop or a laptop with a monitor that uses the Chrome or Firefox browser. You'll also need to download, install, and run the ETS secure browser. Don't forget to run the equipment check. It will help you verify that your webcam, microphone, software, network, and system are all working. If any of these items show a red triangle status indicator, you need to fix that problem. You'll be monitored online by a human proctor, which is just a person watching you during the test to make sure you're not cheating. The proctoring service you will use is called ProctorU. This service is used by many educational institutions and testing organizations to monitor exams remotely. So don't be afraid of it. The important thing is to follow the instructions and go through all the settings and verifications beforehand. Using ProctorU for the first time can be tricky, especially if you're pressed for time. So play with it a few times before the test. Also, as I said earlier, give yourself at least 30 minutes to connect to ProctorU before your exam time. This will give you plenty of time to solve any problems that may arise, and you won't have to worry. Your proctor will be able to see your screen and use your mouse and keyboard as if they were sitting next to you. Don't be afraid. They won't use any of your personal information. This is just for your convenience, so that they can prepare your computer for the test. Once the exam begins, your proctor will monitor everything on your screen, but they won't be able to use your mouse or keyboard. Now, a few words about your environment. You should be sitting in a chair at a table. Make sure the proctor can see your room and the door. Remove all items from the table. Keep your ID and phone to help you with the check-in process. The proctor will ask you for your ID. They will also ask you to use your phone as a mirror to show them that you didn't put some notes on your screen. So if you're thinking about doing that, don't. You'll also need to keep your face and ears visible during the test. So no hats or headphones are allowed. They want to make sure you don't have some guy on the other end telling you the right answers through the earpiece. Also, dress appropriately, just like at the test center. Your photo will be on your certificate. So you want to look your best. No one should be in the room with you. And your family and friends shouldn't come in while you're taking the test. As you take the test, try to look straight at the screen so your proctor doesn't think you're cheating. I know a few people who have been disqualified for looking sideways while giving answers in the speaking section. It is natural for people to look in different directions like this when they are thinking hard, but try to limit these eye movements. It's better to look either at your notes or at the screen. Finally, speaking of notes, you can't take notes on paper. You'll need to buy a small desktop whiteboard with an erasable marker or get a sheet of paper in a clear sheet protector. Since the space for your notes will be limited, there are two things you can do to make your life easier. First, get a thin marker so you can write more. Second, get a large eraser so you can quickly erase what you've written. At the end of the test, the proctor will ask you to erase all your notes. Now that you know what to expect on TOEFL day, it's time for some final tips. Tip number 1, don't study the day before the test. Cramming at the last minute won't help. Instead, take a day to relax, watch a movie in English, and forget about the test. I often have students ask me to have a lesson with them on the day of the test. Trust me, it won't help. Everything you need to know should be studied beforehand. The most you can do is review the templates for writing and speaking. Tip number 2, go to bed early and get a good sleep. This will make you fresh and energetic in the morning. Tip number 3, do some breathing exercises on the way to the test center or an hour before the test at home. This will help you cope with the pressure. Also, do 10 tongue twisters to warm up your voice. So, we've covered what to expect on test day and learned tips to help you maximize your performance. Now, all you need to do is get ready to tackle each section of the test effectively. Feel free to use our TOEFL book for this purpose. If you want to get your writing and speaking scored, click here. Also, subscribe to the channel to get more tips and tricks on how to ace the TOEFL test. Thank you so much for watching this video. And remember, scoring 100 plus on the TOEFL isn't rocket science. It's the little things you do that make the difference. As always, I wish you all a stellar TOEFL score. Until next time.